Working with middle school and high school athletes on mental training has been an exhilarating experience. And I was asked one day, did I play other sports? And yes, I did. I played t-ball when I was young. I played soccer for 12 years. And of course, if you followed me, you know that I played basketball. But there's one sport I never talked about, and that is football. I played middle school football. And there's a reason why I didn't talk about it, because that particular sport let me know that I have limits. So getting into it, I played running back, receiver. I played on the defensive side. I even played on the line, but I will tell you, my coach finally thought he knew what spot I would be best at, and that was quarterback. At the time, little did he know, I can't throw a ball to save my dadgum life. On top of that, and like I mentioned before, I played on the line, and that was because they were looking for players who can actually block the defense from getting to the quarterback. And let me tell you, that was our weakest spot on the team. In their minds, they felt like I would be a good fit because I was bigger and I was taller than everybody else on my team. Being from Texas, everybody knows that's a football state. And being from El Paso, Texas, there were some big old boys. To me, it looked like they were mad as hell because they came to every game like they missed their breakfast. So they were coming after people's necks. You know, now that I think about it, I was chopped liver every game. I remember like it was yesterday. My football coach got so pissed at me because he would call a play and I would go into the huddle and say this was the play. And then once we break and we get to the line, I would see the defense. And as I'm scanning at the defense, you know how you see those guys kind of creeping up to the line because they're finna blitz you? Yeah, they were finna blitz you. And like I told you before, I had no line. So what I would do, I would call an audible. Now that I think about it, I called an audible every dadgum play because I thought somebody was coming. So as I'm looking and I start seeing three guys creeping up, I was like, nah, not running that play. And that is because I was the only one always getting hit. Nobody else was. And my line was worse than bad. You know how you put your hand on somebody to hurdle them son of a guns? That's what these players would do to my line every single play. So it was like a blitz every play. And my coach had the nerve to say, stay in the pocket. Nah, can't do it, won't do it. So as soon as I saw the guys creeping up to the line, I said, blue 48. My players were like, hey, what is that? I said, blue 48. They're coming. So I would hike the ball and I would run 10 yards back just so I could see where the defense was at. And I would run. I would run for my dadgum life. So my coach pulls me aside, gets in my face and says, why do you keep changing the play? I was like, Coach, I don't have no time. They are hitting me. They're hitting me. And if they hit me, I'm probably gonna fumble and I'm tired of getting hit, Coach. You know, he came up real close to me, looked me dead in my eyes and said, you gotta trust your offense. After Coach looked at me, squared in my eye, he turned and looked at Juan and said, Juan, I want you to be quarterback. Garrett, you get to receiver. Now, let me tell you about Juan. Juan is 5'5", probably 92 pounds soaking wet. And he was happy. Boy, he was happy. He looked at me and kind of winked at me. And he was like, this was his shot. Because he was a receiver. I never threw the ball, so he never got it. And I had him running. I told him to keep running as much as he could. Just run, I'm gonna catch you. I would always tell him that. So he was one of the players that was always tired after practice or after our games. Now, after everybody knows that Juan's the quarterback, Coach looks at me and says, I want you to run a 10-yard slant in the middle. Coach, what point are you trying to make here? Have you not seen what they're doing to anybody who goes in the middle? I have seen nothing but helmets and shoulder pads flying off. What did I do to you? Just run a slant 10 yards in to get the first down in the middle. It'll be open. And what do? I said, okay, coach, you got it. Just knowing I wasn't finna do that. So we go back to the huddle and I look at Juan and I said, Juan, they are coming. Juan looks at me and says, trust your offense. I said, okay. So I run out to my spot. And as a receiver, you know how you get on the line and you look down the line to see where everybody's doing, right? Seeing what's going on. I made eye contact with Juan. That was the last time I saw Juan normal. The ball was hiked and Juan got obliterated. You hear me? Obliterated. It was bad. So I'm running as fast as I can to get to Juan. And I look at him. And Juan's sitting there with a tear coming down. Boogers coming down in his mouth. Just staying there. And I was like, Juan. And in the back, those guys who obliterated him, I can hear just one of them silently say, 1, 2, 3, él está noqueando. That means he's knocked out. I turn to my coach and I say, this is why I call Blue 48. This right here, this is why I call Blue 48. I'm not finna get obliterated. I'm not even sure if I'm even saying it right. But what I saw that day when I looked down and the ball was hiked, it was called obliterated. He got freaking skull dragged. I mean, it was horrible. You know what's bad when you hear one of the parents in the crowd say, hey, Juan, get up. It's okay. And Juan don't move? Not me. I want all parts of my body. I'm not giving anybody a chance to come in and boom, tag me and then get up and high five each other. Heck no. I refuse to let somebody obliterate me, stand over me, look up at his boy and high five right in front. No, I refuse for that to happen. So you might be asking, what's the moral to this story? Know your limits. Some sports are good, some sports are bad. For me, football wasn't my sport. I refuse to get obliterated. I quit 2 minutes and 42 seconds after I saw Juan get obliterated. No, not me. So find your sport.